Hello, good morning. I'm Alina Augustine, final year student, BAJMC, Navrashna University, Vadodara. Presenting a study on fake news in media by Ms. Alina Augustine and Dr. Robbie Augustine, Associate Professor, BAJMC, Navrashna University, Vadodara. Table of Contents, Introduction, Review of Literature, Methodology, Analysis, and Conclusion. Introduction. Fake news and its variants are conveniently sold as facts by media. This includes manipulation of the facts in favor of populist leaders. Misinformation comes from careless indifference and ignorance, whereas disinformation is a falsehood with intent to deceive. In India, fake news is far more vicious than in the West. In Western politics, it mainly appeals to emotion, creates an anti-non-elite sentiment, and distorts history to fit narratives of glorious past, whereas here, it leads to deadly communal violence. The very existence of fake news not only affects the physical safety of individuals, communities, but also marginalizes genuine journalism. What remains is a culture of suspicion. Significance of the study. This is a critical analysis on fake news from global as well as Indian context and offers its remedial measures. Objectives. To analyze how misinformation spreads in global media and how does it affect the society. To understand the role of Indian media in inciting violence. To understand how fake news marginalizes genuine news reports in India. Review of literature. The Dangers of a Post-Truth World by Michael Gross, Contextualizing Fake News in Post-Truth Era, Journalism Education in India, Bhaskar H, Mishra H, and Nair P. Education in Post-Truth World by Michael A. Peters, The Age of Post-Truth Politics by William Davis, Critical Literacy in the Post-Truth Media Landscape by Colin C. Barton, No Funeral Bells, Public Reason in a Post-Truth Age, Jasanoff S. and Simmet R.H. Methodology. A detailed content analysis is conducted based on the existing literature consisting of newspaper reports, research articles, and books related to the topic. Analysis. Case studies from global scenario. Fake news existed long before the concept of post-truth was branded when Oxford Dictionary named it as 2016's Word of the Year. A historical incident from Trent, Italy in 1475 was the result of lies and fake news. A 2.5-year-old boy Simonino went missing. Bernardino da Feltre, a preacher, said in his sermon, "The body of the boy was found in a Jewish residence, and the Jewish community killed him, drained his blood, and drank it to celebrate Passover." In response to this, the Prince Bishop of Trent immediately ordered the city's entire Jewish community arrested, tortured, and forcefully converted to Christianity, culminating with 15 Jews being found guilty and burned at stake, all result of fake news. 4.1.2 Paranoia as a reason for fake news. In the American context, paranoia is asserted to be the reason by intellectuals for the widespread misinformation. During the reign of Bush and the ongoing tensions with Iraq, pollsters asked Americans on their stand at invading Iraq. A slim majority expressed support for an invasion if President George W. Bush thought it was necessary. Americans' willingness to go to war depended on what they believed was true of Iraq. Contrary to fact, most Americans believed Iraq was aligned with Al-Qaeda, the terrorist group that had attacked the United States on September 11, 2001. Pizzagate affair in USA. The story claimed that 2016 US presidential candidate Hillary Clinton's email showed that she and other Democratic Party members were behind an elaborate human trafficking and child sex ring operating out of a chain of restaurants. The report says the staff and owners of the restaurants received hundreds of threats, with one pizzeria having 3 rifle shots fired inside the building. When arrested, the shooter stated that he wished to self-investigate the business after reading the article. Next, the violence against Rohingya Muslims. The vast majority of people fleeing into Bangladesh and various reports of burning villages, rape, and extrajudicial killings were reported. There are evidences that fake news and misinformation spread through Facebook helped to fuel modern ethnic cleansing in Myanmar, where Rohingya Muslims were treated brutally. Even Facebook itself admitted that their social media platform was misused for inciting violence against the Muslim community. US and Trumpism. Donald Trump massively abused Twitter for spreading false information. PolitiFact found that about 70% of Trump's factual statements actually fall into the categories of mostly false, untruth, and pants on fire false. Stop the Steal campaign and misinformation. In 2020 US presidential election, Stop the Steal Facebook group gained rapid publicity when Trump got defeated by Joe Biden. The videos uploaded by the group on Facebook went viral. Republicans highlighted this as evidences for illegitimacy in voting. The statements were baseless and without any solid proof. Case studies from India. Indian mainstream media, fake news, and polarization. In India, the spine of fake news in recent times is political polarization and hostile approach towards marginalized communities. The sole purpose of clickbait culture and curious news stories is at gaining viewers that result in advertising revenue. Political gimmicks by populist leaders via big media houses with the backing of industrial giants lead to censored news that suit their agendas. The intolerance and age old beliefs not only go unchallenged, rather, they are entertained and fostered. Misinformation stories of COVID 19. About 62 fake stories defined as messages targeting a particular socio-ethnic religious group, followed by 54 instances of fake news around government announcements and advisories. It is said that political parties started their own cyber cells during 2019 general election with the main intention as spreading more and more fake news. The Muzaffarnagar riots. Muzaffarnagar riots sparked after a viral video of two teenagers being lynched in Sialkot, Pakistan, but it was shared as video from the village of Muzaffarnagar district in UP in August-September 2013. This communal riot caused by viral video claimed more than 55 lives and nearly 100 houses were ransacked and thousands had to flee to nearby villages. The Dadri lynching. In the village of Bishara, Dadri district in Uttar Pradesh, a mob lynched Muhammad Akhlaq on the false pretext of Akhlaq consuming cow meat. An angry mob grew out of nowhere and raided Akhlaq's house. The mob assaulted Akhlaq to death. No questions asked, whilst the family cried, pleading it was goat meat and not cows. Later, it was found out that the rumor was totally baseless. The Cobra posting operation. It is alleged that Times of India, India Today, Network 18, Hindustan Times, Star India, and the Indian New Indian Express, ABN Andhra Jyoti, Red FM, Z News, and Open Magazine were among the 24 of the biggest media houses in India that were readily accepting bribe. For cash, they agreed to spread propaganda that influenced electoral outcome. Operation Blue Virus revealed IT companies misused social media platforms to actively boost politicians' popularity. Role of government and social media companies. Both state and non-state actors have had role in the spread of fake news. The aim of creating fake news is often to simply capitalize on revenue accumulated by advertisements on websites. In theory, the more enticing and interesting the article is, the more views it will have and the more money it will generate. Indian media silenced. Murder of Gauri Lankesh, silencing of journalists who were critiques of the state. Narendra Dabolkar in Pune, Govind Pansare, a left party worker in South Maharashtra, Dr. Kalburgi in Karnataka, Dharwad, have all fallen victims to state-sponsored murder. Media One, a news channel, was blocked for 48 hours because it reported the mob attacks on Muslims in New Delhi during the anti-CA NRC protests. India's current government has imposed restrictions to foreign journalists from covering any news related to Northeast or Jammu and Kashmir. NDTV, branded unpatriotic again and again by the government, was called anti-national, causing advertisers to opt out. Conclusions. We conclude that misinformation is spread via social media as well as mainstream media, and it upsets the society in several ways and blocks development. Indian media too must do introspection, as it incites violence and sidelines genuine news reports by spreading fake news. Our solutions: public scrutiny of news, media literacy, encouraging critical thinking, eliminating communication barriers, news presented with evidence, resourceful counter narratives. References. Thank you.